Welcome to From Creeping to Preaching, episode 17. I'm your host, Renee R. White, a proud native Washingtonian, born, raised, and still live here in the heart of D.C. I've spent many years of my life in this incredible city, and it's not just my home, it's where my story began and where my passion for uplifting my community, especially the youth. This podcast is a space where we can have real, raw conversations about life, faith, and purpose, all rooted in the experience of someone who has walked these very streets and understands the struggles and the beauty of life in D.C. Listeners, this is episode 17. Let's talk about I'm the pappy. Oh yeah, I'm the pappy. Let's go back in a moment of time in my life. Teen years, of course. It was both frustrating and freeing. This is right after I had my son. I had him on one hot sunny day in June. Right after I gave birth to my son, the games began. He's back, and you know who, my ex, who had the audacity to try to claim him as his own. Meanwhile, the real father, who knew the truth, was just sitting there arguing with him. It was like I was living in some twisted reality where people couldn't even face the facts. Everyone else around us had no problem with telling the truth. They said, listen, this is your baby. Just check the ears. And trust me, the ears don't lie. But my ex still wasn't letting go. One day he had the nerve to show up at the house, my house, and ask if he could see his baby. That's when I knew he wasn't just delusional, he was downright tripping. So I made the decision right then and there. I closed the door, literally and figuratively. I told myself, this chapter is done. No more back and forth. No more me and him. Closing that door was me closing a part of my life for good. It wasn't easy. It was not easy, but it was necessary. And sometimes that's what we have to do. We got to close doors to things and to people who no longer serve us so we can move forward into life and into life we all deserve. Hey listeners, this was extremely hard episode for me to do because that chapter in my life, I'm the pappy, resonated more than what I can know. I've talked to females, young teens out there, and that is a really hard subject to talk about. But guess what? If my story resonates with you, I like to hear from you. If this relates to you, reach out to me. Let's keep this conversation going. I'm excited to hear how you peeling back the layers and embracing the pappy. Also, make sure you visit my website on creepingtopreaching.com for more updates, resources, and information about upcoming episodes. I'd like to thank my producer, McKinley, with Moving in Motion by Matt. See you next week.